Hey guys, this is Rosa Kelly. Welcome back to my channel. So today I thought it would be really fun to bring you along and do a little bookshelf house tour. This was a video requested by some of you when I was fixing and rearranging my bookcases. So yeah, I wanted to just kind of share with you how the bookcases look like. Now, they're never perfect and I'm always waiting for the perfect time to make this video, but I decided to just go ahead and do it, even though I am still moving things around. I think that's a constant struggle. So we're just gonna share the bookcases like they are right now. They might change in a month or two, but let's go ahead and give you a little tour. So I have mainly three places where I have bookcases: my living room bookcases, then I have the family room slash library slash piano room bookcases, and then we have my office. I also have a couple other bookcases where I do like crafting projects, you know, my book display of pop-up books and things like that, but I won't be sharing those on this video. So those are the ones that I'm kind of moving around and rearranging. So if you want to see those, let me know. I will do a separate video on my mini album bookcases. So anyway, let's go ahead and take a look. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Make sure that you are subscribed, you leave a like, and leave a comment if you have your own little organization system. I know mine is not perfect. Like I said, it's constantly moving, but I will be very happy to read and learn how you guys organize your books, or if you have any suggestions for me as well. So enjoy the video. Okay, so let's start with the bookshelves on the living room. So I have two large bookshelves here, as you can see, and I love that these bookshelves go all the way to the ceiling. They're so tall. They're actually really beautiful bookshelves. I got these ones at Wayfair, and I will try to find them and have a link below if you guys are looking for something very similar. So this is the style that if you place them together, you can actually run a ladder going across the top. So I think that's really beautiful. But obviously I didn't need it for the space. I just kind of wanted to frame the fireplace and the TV and still have this cozy room. I love sitting on this chair here where Mia is, and we just get the best lighting to kind of read a book in the morning. So that's like my favorite place to sit here. If I sit in this couch, I will probably fall asleep after the first page. On the coffee table, we also have some books. These are books that I'm currently reading, and then down here we always have some sort of board game so we can kind of play together with the girls. But anyway, so let me take you closer to the bookshelf. So on this first bookshelf on the left side, I have mainly all of my fantasy books. I'm not a big fantasy book reader, but I do enjoy some of these, and I'm kind of getting more into fantasy as well. Okay, so up here on the top I have some Dark Academia books. I'm not gonna go book by book unless you guys want me to. Leave me a message and I can come back and try to record these more in detail, but I'll just do a quick overall and point out some of my favorite books. So we have the Song of Achilles. I have the Erin Craig's books. I love The Small Favors, 13th Child. I recently read that one, absolutely love it. Alice Hoffman, of course, some of my favorites. And then down here I have more fantasy, the Harry Potter. I love these Mina Lima editions. I think they're just so beautiful, especially like all the interactive pages. These are super inspirational for me to read, but also on the creation of like pop-up books that I love to do. Love the Lost Apothecary, and I haven't read this one yet. which is also by Sarah Penner, but I really need to move my way through her books. I recently picked up her latest one as well. Then over here we have The Starless Sea, which is one of my favorite books of all times. Then over here, if we move down, we have more pop-up books. These editions I actually just started collecting them because I just love this. This one I had for a while, but I recently picked this one up, and I'm hoping to pick up all of the books on this series by I think these editions are by, I think Robert Sabuda is the one who created the pop-ups. So yeah, so I definitely wanted to collect all of his work. I just love sitting down and looking at pop-up books. Those are one of my favorites, source of inspiration, as you can see. Then I have the Fourth Wind series. I don't know where my second book is. Then I have The Chamber of Gold. I absolutely love this series. Then I have this gigantic Alice in Wonderland book here. Oh, and then over here I have, this was my favorite book that I read. I think it was 2 years ago now, but love it, highly recommend. Lonely Castle in the Mirror. More fantasy books over here. I have A Core of Thorns and Roses series, which I'm only on the third book, so I'm making my way through the series and collecting the books as well. So I started buying them as I read them, so I think I'm ready for the next one now. Then over here we have more fantasy, and down there we have some puzzles. So we love making puzzles from time to time, and some Nintendo games and stuff. So here on the coffee table I have a couple books that I am currently reading right now. This is A Season of Light by Julie Iromwanya. I'm sorry for mispronouncing. But yeah, so I sometimes when I want to take a break from work, I do work from home, I just come and grab one of the books that I'm currently reading, and I read for like 10 minutes and just move my way through books. So I'm constantly reading multiple books, and eventually I do finish the books. But yeah, those are very nice, kind of like a 10-15 minute break read. And then of course I have my Magnolia books because I need inspiration for cooking. Even if I don't follow all the recipes, I just come here, look at the beautiful images of food, and motivates me to go make dinner. So much needed to have handy. So on the right side of bookshelves I have historical fiction and classics, and also just regular literary fiction. I have some Kristen Hanna, also a lot of books about World War II. I just like reading stories of survival. Then over here more historical fiction books. Then over here we have some classics and some literary fiction. So we have Isabel Allende, The House of the Spirits. I really like this book. Then we have some Jane Austen. Then War and Peace, which I haven't read yet, and The Count of Monte Cristo. Then 100 Years of Solitude. This is one of my favorite books. I finally read it. So as you can see, I have multiple versions of that book, this one being my favorite. This was the 50-year edition, I think. Yeah, the 50th anniversary edition. I picked up this book in Peru, and I just absolutely love the illustrations. Let's see here, they're just gorgeous, so beautiful, and it's just so pretty to look at. I picked up the English version as well because I wanted to listen to the audiobook and just kind of experience the book again in a different language. Sometimes I'm curious to see, like when you read the original version, like let's say if it's in Spanish, you just want to see how it changes or how you perceive the book if you're listening to that on a different language. I think it's really interesting, and unfortunately we don't speak all the languages, so we will never know when we read translated books, you know, what you're missing in that process. But I would like to think that it's pretty similar. And then over here we have more literary fiction. I think I'm reading this book here because I have an empty space. But yeah, a lot of Frederick Backman. I really like his books. Then this is another one of my favorites, Where the Crawdad Sings, and of course the movie. I was counting the days for when the movie came out because I love that book. Then of course another beautiful book, I Am Malala. I think this section here has more of my favorite books. So The Girl with the Louding Voice, The Kite Runner, 1,000 Splendid Suns, definitely one of my favorites. I haven't read Murakami yet, so those are here. I haven't read those yet. So this section here, more literary fiction. So we have a lot of books for like Black history. We also have some non-fiction here. Unbound is a non-fiction. This is the lady that started the Me Too movement. Then we have Untamed. Then I also really like Take My Hand. This was a beautiful book to read. So they are historical fiction, but they almost feel like non-fiction books with all the stories. Yeah, so it's like a little bit of a mix there. Then we have The Help over there. Another favorite, The 1619 Project, is a really good book. Very eye-opening and highly recommend. I haven't read The Marsh Queen yet, so yeah, some books I still need to get to. Then down here, more fiction books. So over here, this is the Family Room bookcase. So I recently picked up this sectional. It's super comfortable to lay down, read a book, take a nap, or even watch TV. My daughter plays the piano, so we're often here doing that. So these are the Billy bookcase shelves, and I have 4, as you can see. So I have 2 of the regular size and 2 of the smaller size that I put on the edges, and this one is kind of at an angle on the corner, so I just really like how that kind of wraps around the corner. So on these bookshelves I have some romance, some mystery, some kind of like witchy books. Then we have some cozy fantasy, cozy mystery, middle grade, some nonfiction and memoir. So we just have a little bit of everything. So I try to keep it organized by genre, but yeah, sometimes they get mixed, or sometimes it's hard to kind of classify books if it's a fantasy or a cozy fantasy. So yeah, but mainly I know in my head where everything's at, so that works for me. So up here we have these first 2 shelves are a romance book. You can tell by how colorful and happy they are because they're mainly like summary romance books. So a lot of favorites here. Abby Jimenez is definitely one of my favorites for romance. I just really like her books that always have some sort of history behind it. It's not just the romance, there's the substance, and typically, you know, she deals with like a real life issue. And of course we have Emily Henry, very popular. And so over here are more romance books. So we have some Fallon Ballard. I really like her. Then I really like this book here, The Book of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser. Oh no, what happened there? So this book was really fun to read, but also I think it was more mature because it's about like second time romance after the lady's divorce and kind of moving and starting over and just finding that new passion for life again. And she opens a bookshelf. Oh, she starts working at a bookshop, and I don't know, it's just so pretty, so cozy, small town vibes as well. I also picked up her second book. I didn't enjoy this one as much, but I think it was still pretty good as well. Then down here we have some cozy mystery books. So I love the Shady Hollow series here. These are really fun. I think I'm only on my second book. Oh, this, I don't think this is in order. Yeah. But anyway, so I'm on my second book. Then Four Aunties in a Wedding, a really fun book to read as well. More cozy mystery down here, so I just really like these little books. And down here we have my witchy books. So these are the books that I run to the minute fall comes around the corner. Some of these I like to reread, and some of these I haven't read yet, but some of my favorites on this shelf are Angelica Frankenstein Makes Her Match by Sally Thorne. So a really fun romance with those Halloweeny witchy vibes. Bride was also really good. This one was really fun to read. This one is more like a young adult, but yeah, fits the vibe, so they go in here. Something Wicked This Way Comes. Then I also really like I think it was, yes, Spells Trouble. This is sisters that discover they're witches, and they just get into a lot of adventures to discover family secrets. So I like those. Oh, this is one of my favorite books of all time, A Dowry of Blood by S.T. Gibson. Love this book. Like the way it was narrated, so poetic, and it's just so pretty. So this is the story of one of Dracula's brides, and she tells her story of, being married to Dracula and all that. Down here we have some books that's more approachable for the girls' age. So we have the Twilight series, which we're missing. I think the girls are going through one of these books. We have the Hunger Games, the Inheritance Games. I picked up the first book. I wasn't very into it, so I didn't continue with the series. We have Neverwood, 13 Witches. So some more middle grade young adult type of books. So on the center here we have more romance, quote unquote, books, and these are my Colleen Hoover collection. Over here we have my beautiful girls pictures, and these are kind of like wintry books, Christmassy mystery. So we have this one I haven't read yet. I picked it up this year, but I'm gonna save it for this Christmas season. And let's see what else we got over here. A Gift of Bones. This book I actually picked up at the dollar store, and I was excited about it, so I'm gonna read that when Christmas season comes around. I read this one this past Christmas, so I just kind of like those Christmassy, snowy mystery books. So yeah, so those are here, and my Christmas glove to go with the theme. Down here we have some books in Spanish. So mainly we have Peruvian authors here. So we have La Espía del Inca, this huge book, and the author of this book actually lives in San Francisco, so I picked up his book, of course. Then we have La Cruz y la Espada. These books here I really enjoy, especially this one here, enslaved and also religious. So she will be kind of like the enslaved person that live at the convents. So it's kind of like a non-fiction book. It has a lot of like really good history on slavery in Peru and what has to do with religion and all of that. So that was the life of one of those girls. Then we have Mario Vargas Llosa. This is his latest book. He sadly recently passed away, and my last trip to Peru I picked up his newest book, which I just finished reading probably a month ago, and then a week after I finished his last published book, he passed away, and I was so devastated. It was so sad. And obviously I have been reading his books since I was a teenager, so I have some of his books here, but I think I definitely need to now try to get all of them and continue my collection. So I had a big collection of his books in Peru growing up, so I don't know where those books are, so I might just have to rebuy them. Same thing with Jose Maria Rueda. So these are like collections of short stories and like Peruvian tradition, those tales that are kind of transmitted from generation to generation, and then they are kind of told on this book here. But anyway, so that is my Peruvian book section. Then over here I have more Spanish books that I love that are not Peruvian. So we have a lot of Paulo Coelho in Spanish, Isabel Allende in Spanish, and yeah. So over here more romance books, but these are the ones that I'm not really interested on. Actually, I take that back. This book was really beautiful. But more of these I think are more teenager-ish, so I created the little section here. Okay, so I'll try to go a little faster. Sorry if this video is getting a little long. So up on the top here I have more classics. So I have an Agatha Christie, Great Expectations, we have Wicked, Dracula, Little Women. So more of the classics that I link to, or the ones that I'm still moving my way around, are here. Then we have some Gothic romance, as my little bookmark holder will say, and so we have Anatomy and Immortality. I need the third book on this series. Then the Belladonna series, which I really like. I highly recommend, especially the first book, Belladonna. I just loved it. So if you like the life of Adi LaRue, I recommend this book here as well, because it's kind of similar on that Gothic romance vibes. Wisteria also, I finished that one. Then I really like Phantasma, so it has kind of like a, what is this series called that everybody's watching? Those games with the little creepy girl. Oh, I can't think of the name. But so on this book, we are following this girl, goes into this house, and there's a bunch of challenges, and you either pass them or die trying. So it's very creepy, a lot of Gothic scenes, but I just really like the romance. Please read it, it's so beautiful. And so that was the first book. I recently picked up the second book, so I need to make my way through that second book. Then we have the Book of Doors, which I haven't got to. The Midnight Library, one of my favorites here as well. And even though this is not Gothic, I don't know why it's here. Sometimes it's hard to find a location for the books. I think these three books need to go on the other bookshelves for fiction. Cassandra in Reverse, I also really like this book. It has that Greyhound effects of like going back in time and doing things different, which is kind of like the same with the Midnight Library. So they have that in common, so that's why I put them together. Then over here we have more like cozy fantasy or like cottagecore. We have Anne of Green Gables, a favorite, The Secret Garden, another favorite, the Emily Wilde series. So I have the first two books. I finished the first one, and I am starting the second one because I just got the audiobook for that as well. Then we have the Spell Shop, so more like cottagecore, cozy fantasy. This one I read really good reviews of, so this probably need to go on my wintry section, but they're also cozy fantasy. So yeah, they just go where they, it's okay. Anastasia, I heard really good reviews, but haven't started this book yet. Sometimes I hear good reviews and I just go crazy and I buy the book because I wanna definitely put them, I want to remember that I want to read it instead of putting it on the app saying I want to read it, because then I'll never get to it. But if I buy the book, I will eventually get to it. Then this one, of course, very cozy fantasy. Then we have TJ Klune, one of my favorite authors. I've read most his books, The House on the Cerulean Sea, and so I still need to read he just came out with these, I think this is young adult, the Wolfson, what do you call it, series. And so I picked out the first one. I haven't read it yet, but there's 4 books on this series that I eventually want to collect. Then I absolutely love all his books. The Life of Puppets, Under the Whispering Door. I mean, these are just favorites. And then here I have some other cozy books. So I have The Healing Season of Pottery. I just bought this one based on the cover. Like, look how beautiful that is, little kitty. And then this is The House of Broken Angels, which I thought it would be like a really nice, comforting, grieving book as well. So I will actually show you a little grieving book section that I have. And then over here we move to middle grade. So this section here is more like for the girls to come and grab. The Girl Who Drank the Moon, one of my favorites. I read this probably 4 or 5 years ago, but I just love it. And even though they're middle grade, I really enjoy these books as well. They're easy to read, fast, they go right to the point. And I just love the mysteries as well. And some of them can be a little bit creepy, and they're just a vibe to read them, So I enjoy my middle grade. And down here, this is more young adult mystery solving type of books that I think they're good for any age anyway, or adult and young adult. This book is one of my favorites, The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, as well as her The Good Girl's Guide to Murder. Also a really good series, and even though it's young adult, it's just so interesting. You'll be hooked. Girl in Pieces, sad book to read, but really good one also. And this book here is called El Despertar de las Musas. I picked this up in Peru. I just absolutely love the illustration. It's all about femininity and appreciating beauty, discovering yourself. The illustrations are just absolutely gorgeous on this book. So that's what I just like to display it like that. Down here, more puzzles, and these are scrapbooks or photo books from when I was a kid. So these are some oldies. Okay, so up here we have some grieving books. So these are books that really helped me in my grieving process. So I wanted to make a little section for them, so that way I can maybe go back and reread some of these books. This one I actually recently picked up, so I haven't read this one yet, but all the other ones I did, and they just absolutely, even though they're not like self-help grieving books, I think the message really speaks a lot for grieving, and gave me a lot of comfort. This book, I love reading it, and then I watched that movie with my mom, and now I reread the book after she passed, and yeah, definitely an experience, and it was just so emotional. This book, Share Heart, I absolutely recommend, not just for grieving, but if you have a loved one that is going through sickness or some issues, and it's just really good for understanding what they're going through and kind of learning how to let go as well. So yeah, so beautiful books up here. Then as we move down, we have another one of these cute little books of my girls, and this one I place here because I want to remember that I want to read it, but I think this is fiction book, so it does not belong on this shelf. But over here we have some self improvement, I guess you can call them, self-help books. The Body Keeps the Score, Refuse to Be Done, like motivational, Psychology of Money, very interesting book. Emotional Intelligence, The Power of Focus, this is a good one too. And then Conquer Your Chronic Pain, because I suffer from chronic pain. Okay, so over here we have some Regency romance for the most part. I think these two books are actually candidates for grieving books, so I haven't read this yet. I actually picked up this a couple months ago, so I need to read them. So sometimes I just randomly place them because I know these don't belong here, but it will just remind me because I always need to be tidy, so when something's out of place, I will come to it and I will remember that I need to find a place for those books. So these will probably be grieving books, but I'm not sure yet, so they're still here for now. But on this section we have Regency romance for the most part. They're just really comforting books to read, really fun to read. These books are actually kind of funny as well. And then we have Half a Soul, 10,000 Stitches. This one I haven't read yet, Garden Spells, but I heard is really romantic, a garden type of book. And it also, I think it's about some sisters that discover they have magic, so this might have to go with my magic witchy books, but I'll keep it here for now. Then we have, this one was really actually fun to read. So it's like a Regency murder mystery, and this might be a series, so I have to look into this if there's a second one. But yeah, so a lot of that type of vibe. So if I'm looking for a mystery with the Regency vibes, or a romance with the Regency vibes, those are here. Then more middle grade books, so just kind of spill over from here. Tilda, of course, Caroline, love that one. We have multiple of those. This one's a really cute one. All dogs are good. These are like poems and memories of pets, and sometimes when pets pass away, pets doing something cute. Down here we have some graphic novels. So the Babysitter Club, these are all definitely the girls' favorites, or at least they were, but obviously I want to keep them. I know they outgrew the series, but I still want to keep them. This just brings me so many beautiful memories. I mean, this is how much we love them. We have 2 number 9s because at some point both girls were reading the same edition, and I'm missing number 12, so this must be in somebody's room. And then we have The Garlic and the Vampire little series. I love this book. I mean, so cute for the fall. And then The Prince and the Dressmaker. I love this book. It's just so pretty, and the illustrations. Anyway, highly recommend you pick up some graphic novels as well. They're just so fun to look at. And then the last shelf here, we have some memoirs. The Britney Spears, of course, one of my favorites. Paris Hilton, Michelle Obama. And I usually just listen to my memoirs on audiobook, but if I really like them, then I'll buy. This was a gift, but I'll keep it. And oh, I have some cooking books here. Perfect. I think this was like the girl. Oh, this was actually, I was looking for this book. Yeah, I need to move this. This all this bookshelf here. So this is the one that has like basically a little bit of everything. And now let me take you to the Thrillers bookshelves. Okay, so we made it to my office, and over here, as you can see, I have yet more books, and I love them. And then here's my little companion. All of these books here are thrillers and horror, because that is what I like to read the most. They're faster to read, they don't make me super emotional, and they're just a really nice distraction. Over here I have some Frida McFadden, and these books, I just love her. She hits the spot in terms of like, I just want a thriller, I want to know what happens, and I just want a nice plot twist at the end, and that's what you get on each one of her books. Right now I am currently reading The Perfect Son, but I have read almost all her books. I think I'm still to read this one here, but like I have read all of them, and they don't disappoint. Then we move through my collection here. So I have read most of these books. The House of Hunger, a favorite, Simone St. James, Malice House. We have some Silvia Moreno Garcia over here, the daughter of Dr. Monroe. I just love her Mexican vibes, like the villages and how she describes like the haciendas and things like that. I just really like her aesthetic, if you may say. Yeah, some of these, I haven't read The Golden Couple yet, but I think everything else here I read. Anna, it's a new one that I picked up. That, yeah, as you can see, is misplaced for a reason, because I want to read it. Here's a little picture of me and my mom. And then we have a Ruth Ware, which I have also went through all her books. Like this over here, I've read, I want to say 80% of these books, because I just love them. Megan Miranda, more thriller vibes. Taylor Adams. Oh, this one I haven't read yet. The Good Girl. I didn't hear good reviews about this book, but I love Mary Kubica in general, so I had to pick it up, but now I have to read it. Then we have Jennifer McMahon, Jennifer Hillier, Samantha Downing, which I also love. I know I have more books by her, so they're probably, oh, it's right here, For Your Own Good. I'm currently listening to an audiobook of hers as well, so I might not have that book physical copy. Then we have all of the, like the same authors, but all the paperbacks here, because I just like putting hardcovers together and then the paperbacks together. So we have Peter Swanson, Lucy Foley, more for Ruth Ware, and Megan Miranda. So I have read all of these books except for The Love of My Life. I don't think I've read that one yet. And I'm making my way through Sherry LaPena right now, so I don't know. I don't think I've read the end of her. I'm actually gonna put it up here, because I gotta remember to. Sometimes I just prefer to group them together by author, because then I know which ones I still need to make my way through. And Sherry LaPena is back here. I have two of these. I think what happened is I got this one from did I get this book at the Mont? Nope, I don't think so. so I just bought multiple, and which is okay because I'm gonna give my cousin one. Me and my cousin are always reading the same books. We just like text each other and be like, what are you reading? I'm gonna start this book. So since I have two, I'm gonna ship one for her. Then this one that I recently picked up, so it's on display to remember to read. And then these two just came on my book and the book of the month box, and so they need to find a place. Down here we have The Haunting Adeline. I haven't read these books. I heard a lot of good and bad reviews. Then from over here, yeah, more thrillers. Bunny, one that I really enjoy. Down here, let's see if I can get you in frame. Yeah, more thrillers. So there we go. I'll just give you a quick look. These ones I really enjoy. These are kind of like plane plane thrillers, plane crash. So one of these is a plane crash and one of these is a plane crashing in the water. I mean, it almost feels like watching a movie, and this is definitely the type of movies I like to watch. And so the books were really good as well. So over here we have some horror books. So let me give you a close-up. We have my collection of Darcy Coates, which I love all these books. Like we have, I know she has like little serious collection, so I have most of her haunted house. From Below, definitely one of the favorites. Dead of Winter, one of the favorites. I've read most of her books, but I'm still making my way around. Then Ticking Fisher, definitely hands up one of my favorite authors, and so I have read also, I think I still need to read this one, but I have read most of the other ones. Then we have Grady Hendrix, another favorite. Alice Finney. I mean, all of these books are favorites of mine. We have Alice Finney here section, B.A. Paris. So we have some that are hardcover, and then I'm just gonna group all the paperbacks over here. But yeah, so we have B.A. Paris, Alice Finney, we have Sally Hepworth, Carola Ward, the new favorite as well. And then down here we just have miscellaneous, I guess, like different authors, and same thing down here. Yeah, and then more down there. Oh, so on the last shelf, I know it's gonna cover by the couch, but I do have my Stephen King's collection. So all that back there is Stephen King, and I have read most of his books. And then on this side, we have a little bonus feature, because this is kind of more of like my cozy hobby shelf. So we have some Legos my daughter has built. So every time she builds a Lego, we put it on display. Then we have my obsession of crochet little turtles sitting here, as you can see. And some of my favorite authors. So we have Riley Sager. Sorry about the mess. It's like a little bit of everything in here. So we have Riley Sager. We have Lisa Jewell. We have over here Rachel Harrison for horror. What else we got down here? Just different little thrillers that I like. And so yeah, some more hobbies like crochet little things and Legos. And yeah, so these are new. Well, not new, but recently picked up. This was my last Ticking Fisher and that I read, so it needs to go over on the other bookshelf. But anyway, so that is the tour of the bookshelf. So those are all of my books. I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I know it was a little bit longer than what I anticipated, but yeah, definitely just wanted to share some of my favorite books with you as well. Let me know if you guys have an organization system for your bookcases, if you collect books, or if you are more into Kindle, you know, online books. I honestly really love touching and feeling the books that I'm reading, and it's just something very nostalgic to go back to your shelf and see the book that you maybe read 2 years ago, 3 years ago that you really enjoyed, and you kind of have those memories. Each one of these books is connected to a memory of where I read the book, where I was I at the beach, was I traveling, was I somewhere else, was I relaxing in the couch. And also it's very interesting how thinking about the book that you read takes you back to that point where you were in life, like what were you loving, what were you doing. And so this is why I have an emotional connection to each one of these books, and I really love having them as a physical copy. Now, I have become more selective of the books that I picked up. Instead of just like crazy picking up every book that I think I'm gonna love, I am now a little bit more selective because the collection is getting a little bit out of control. And I don't want to get rid of the books that I love, but I also want to have room for future books that I know I will probably love. But anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to leave a like, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and make sure to leave a comment. And I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.